Hey, good morning. Happy Monday, December 13th. 17 degrees here in Vail Village. You can see the tree was officially lit behind me last night, and we're just experiencing a beautiful Monday morning here in the Rockies. So much to tell you about, including more snow headed our way this week. It all comes from BDL, which starts now.
Hi, I'm Trisha Swenson.
I'm Brazzo.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Ken Hovey.
I'm Meredith Kirkman.
I'm Ty Diaz.
I'm Charlie Kennedy.
We are VDL.
We are VDL.
We are VDL.
Vail Daily Life.
We are VDL.
BDL.
We are VDL.
Yes, we are VDL, and it is Monday morning, December 13th. A little chilly out there. We're looking at single digits in some parts of the Vail Valley. But thanks for joining us for today's show. I'm Trisha Swenson, coming to you live from our studios here in Eagle Vale. We have Ashley LaFleur out in Vail Village, like we just saw, right there by the covered bridge, the Gore Creek, the 10th Mountain Division statue, and the newly lit up tree for the holidays. So we're going to be checking out Ashley throughout the morning, seeing where she takes us. I know she's probably going to hop inside a few times because it is a bit cold. Speaking of being cold, hey, you can look good and be warm with fashion picks from Skea. And then also, we're going to check in with altitude control technology. This is a really cool technology for those of you that maybe are affected by the altitude. I think we're all affected by the altitude when we're sleeping at this elevation, but some more than others. So this is a way that you can maybe get your room oxygenated so you sleep better and can perform better the next day, whether it's just doing your daily activities, out there skiing, hiking, biking all year round. So it's a pretty cool technology. I had a chance to learn more about that. But we're going to give you some details on the weather right now. So weather details, we want to thank Outlets at Silverthorne, elevated savings for this. And what we're looking at today is going to be some more sunshine. Yesterday, I got that out there on the mountain and did a few runs on Vail, went over to Chair 2. They also opened Chair 11 and Chair 14 over the weekend. So we have about 1,200 acres open on Vail Mountain right now. Here's a live look at Vail Mountain. We've got all the lifts pretty much, well, they're just starting up on the gondola, probably getting employees up there, the employee shuttle, if you will. But the lifts don't open till 9 at both Vail and Beaver Creek. But you can see people walking around, making things happen. That banner down below, Magic of Lights Vail, that's still going on nightly between now and January 2nd. But we're looking at 18 degrees right now. When I drove in, it said 6 on Highway 6 near the parking lots of Beaver Creek. Our high today with that sunshine will be reaching into the 40s. And then tomorrow we'll see temperatures similar, right around the 40s as well. Overnight lows dropping down to the 20s, which is still good for snowmaking. And then, as we've mentioned, a chance of snow throughout the middle part of the week. So on Wednesday, we could see maybe 3 to 6 inches of snow throughout the day and into the evening, and then windy conditions as things are moving on through. And then we'll keep that cloud cover for the next couple of days as we approach the weekend. So that's a look at what we've got going on weather-wise. Mountain report-wise, no new snow to report in the last 24 hours, but like I mentioned, more terrain open up at Vail. So we've got chair number 11, which is Northwoods Express, and then the Sourdough Lift 14 is open as well. They have had 2 open. They've opened a little bit more Columbine, Ledges, portions of those runs. So you can get around from Lion's Head to Chair 2, all the way over to Midvale, and then now to 11. And they opened 3 on Friday. So 3 is the Wildwood Express. So Mountaintop Express, Wildwood Express, right there at Midvale. So if you see the line long at one of them, maybe choose the other. It may not be quite as long. So, and then over at Beaver Creek, we've got Barrel Stave open for you. They opened up Fool's Gold, so a little bit more terrain and everything for you over at the Beeve. But they're trying to make snow as conditions allow, and of course, we would love Mother Nature to bring us some more snow. But let's bring in Ashley and see what she has to say. She's out in the elements. Ashley, I know it says it's 18. I think it feels probably a little bit colder than that, right?
This is the first day I've actually put hand warmers in my gloves.
Yes.
So I added a few extra layers as well. So
Yeah.
it's not exactly what I would say balmy. It's not
Yeah.
balmy out here, but
No.
it is beautiful. And we can see everybody kind of making their way off the buses, getting to work, and then you can also see the snow still kind of being blown behind me. And then there's a little bit of steam rising off of Gore Creek.
Yeah.
So it's just a beautiful setting out here in Vail first thing this morning. And I love Trisha. This is obviously an iconic area. I just saw some friends that came into town that used to live here, and of course they're posting pictures right next to the covered bridge. It's one of the most photographed locations that you'll find in the village. But I love a little history behind it,
Yeah.
and you'll find a little plaque that says, this is from John and Sissy Dobson and Dobson Ice Arena. John was one of our first mayors here in Vail, and so he and Sissy, they came out from the East Coast, and they had a little store across the bridge called the Covered Bridge Store, but there wasn't actually a cover on the bridge, and Vail didn't have the money to do that. So they ponied up the cash back in the early 1960s to put the cover on the bridge to kind of have that nod to East Coast culture. It also, kind of completed their store. But these two they were a lot of fun. These two, right? Like there are stories about Sissy ordering an igloo from like the Sears catalog back in the day. And so they
No way.
made this igloo in their backyard, and they would have like council meetings in it. And like if you got dripped on, then you were like the lucky one. I think maybe you probably had to buy the first round of drinks. But
Yeah,
anyway, they put like
usually.
lights on it. Yeah, I mean, they just like the stories about them are so awesome. But I mean, this is the reason why we have this iconic location
Yeah,
here
yeah.
in Vail. Thank you to John and Sissy for that.
Speaking of history of Vail, okay, I had a chance to go tour the newly remodeled Marriott on Friday. I drove there. Well, everyone was driving to go skiing. Like I was just driving to go get the tour and everything. But this is the Marriott that's in Lion's Head, just a few steps away from like the Antlers and the Arabelle, and they're calling their new hotel. Well, the new name is the Hythe, and that word means haven, and a haven where you feel comfortable, you feel like where you belong. But actually, they're doing a bunch of nods to Vail history as well. So their new lobby coffee shop is called Mountain Ration. Kind of like a M Ration, 10th Mountain Division. And then they have Revel Lounge, which is just a staircase above the lobby, and kind of the revelry, the fun that the 10th had when they weren't battling and working. And then Margie Haas, Haas, Margie Haas is the restaurant. And that pays homage to Margie, this woman who grew her own vegetables, a lot of home cooked meals. She would have a lot of the soldiers over for meals and home cooking and everything, and really wanted to take care of those guys. So that's kind of cool. And then 10th Mountain Whiskey, they have these sliding doors that open up to the lobby. And right there at 4 o'clock, they have whiskey tastings. And their bartenders are versed in the knowledge of 10th Mountain Division. And then, of course, if you want to get a distillery tour, you can do that. So I was really impressed with what the Marriott was doing with this new look, this new feel, this new story, and kind of preserving that idea that that we had back then. So kind of cool, a little
I
bit of
think that's
history.
so cool.
Yeah.
I love that too. And have you ever tried 10th Mountain's pickle shots?
No, but I don't like pickles. Does that have like pickle juice in it?
Trisha.
I don't
Oh
like pickles.
no. That is terrible news. Well,
I
I
know.
love pickles.
Okay, you can have all my
Pickle
pickles.
shots. Okay.
Like when you
Okay,
get the
done.
sandwich
Done.
with the pickle, I'm always like, who wants the pickle? I don't eat it. So I'll
I'll
give you
take
guys
it.
something. Yeah.
I'll take it. I'm in. Totally
Pickle
in.
shots.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah, tradition every time I visit a little 10th Mountain Whiskey. Also, 10th Mountain Whiskey, really good for, let's say, like enjoying Magic of Lights in Vail.
Oh yeah.
Little hot toddy situation.
Yep. Gets you on through. It makes that cold walk A little bit easier.
Just a little bit warmer. A little
Okay.
bit warmer.
Well, speaking of warmth, let's let you go and warm up. We'll take it to a
Okay.
commercial break, and we come back. Hey, we'll give you some information on where you can get a hot tea, your headlines, and a whole lot more. So stay with us.
Even more now than maybe before. The fresh air, good for your head, it's good for your heart, it's good for you physically, and it'll make you smile.
And go rip some pow.
Let's go. I'll lead you, follow. There's nowhere we can't wander. I know you hear it calling to.
All right, welcome back to Vail Daily Live. Hey, we've got Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea that we want to thank for helping us stay warm this morning, getting us going, fueling our adventure. And you could stop by. They have two locations, one on your way to Minturn. If you're heading to that big Valbruna sale that's going on these days, you could stop by there in that same little strip mall just north of town, Minturn, and then over at Beaver Creek. It's in the old Starbucks location. They moved there last year, so if you haven't been here in a while, this is where they're at. So it's a great place to go get a chai tea, even get an adult beverage, maybe later on for après ski. You can do that with Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. But here's what made headlines for Monday, the 13th of December. Checking out the newspaper today, the beat goes on, and it went on all weekend long. Rufus du Sol closed out the Powabunga Music Festival on Saturday in Vail. The two-night festival was back after a year break from COVID-19. But on A2, you could see all sorts of pictures from throughout the weekend. They had after parties at Dobson. They had just ancillary parties at different bars and art installations. You probably saw the Powabunga ice sculpture that was right next to Bridge Street, so a lot of fun things going on with that. But also in today's paper, we have a panel to discuss dividing the Colorado River conference to focus on working within 1922 water compact for the needs of the 21st century. More on this can be found on page A3. Also in today's news, Season Buildings in Avon sold to a firm with properties in the region. The new owner vows to make improvements to the daycare. So you can check that out on page A4. And also in today's news, we've got things going on in the sports world. And this is Michaela Schifrin on the podium again. Edward Ski Racer earns third at World Cup, Super G, and San Moritz. Check it out on page A22. All these stories and more can be found for free in your newspaper. You can pick it up in newspaper dispensers from Eastville all the way down to Dot Cerro, and you can always go online. Going online will let you see today's stories, let you see stories when they first hit the news, breaking news as well, especially if we see any traffic alerts. So you can get these details at vaildaily.com. And speaking of traffic, I'm going to give you a traffic report right now. And after a snow snowy end of the week, Thursday into Friday, even Saturday, seeing a little bit of the remnants of that. We're seeing things moving pretty smoothly all along the I-70 corridor, but please do remember that there's a lot of shaded areas where the snow never quite melts, and even if it does, it refreezes overnight, especially with temperatures well below freezing, which we're at right now, right around the upper teens. So you really want to slow it down in areas like Officers Gulch. This is between Copper Mountain and Frisco, and you go through that shaded area. But even just locally, I noticed from Edwards, kind of going from Arrowhead into Edwards, there's that shaded area that never quite sees the sun this time of year. Our sun is so low in the southern sky right now. So those areas can be a little sketchy. You don't expect them, you're just flying along. So please drive carefully and keep your distance between the vehicles. You can always sign up for EC Alerts, Eagle County Alerts, to get details on when we do have traffic accidents that do happen, or check out cotrip.org. You can download that app to your phone as well. So that's a good way to keep an idea of what is going on with what's happening out on the roads. All right, we're going to take it back out to Ashley. Let's see if she's, oh, you're still outside. Okay, well, I hope you did some jumping jacks on the way over there.
It does really help though, like when you
Yeah.
when you do little jumping jacks and like get the arms swinging, the legs swinging. But with the heated pavers out here, it's not terrible. It could
Yeah.
be much colder. But I
Yes.
just, Trisha, I'm just kind of enjoying seeing the village lit up, and then obviously you can see people kind of milling around this morning, kind of getting to their destinations. I just ducked into one of the local coffee shops, and it just smells so fragrant. There's something about that mix of coffee and then snow and then the crisp mountain air that just does a girl right on a Monday morning.
Oh yeah, makes you feel alive. Yeah, totally. And I love the
Yes.
decor. I was noticing a lot of the window displays right now and just the detail. And it doesn't end when Christmas ends. Like the lights and all of the garland, it really stays up usually until about March.
Right, which I mean is so special. It's coming from a place like Florida,
Yeah.
and then coming here, I had never really experienced having lights up for this amount of time, and so it really just creates such a special atmosphere. So no matter if you're coming to visit for the holidays or beyond, you're really going to have that magical feel every time you come to Vail. I mean, it's just, and then you have the clock tower behind me. Also the recycling.
Oh,
Excuse me,
I know. I noticed the garbage cans on the side. I thought, oh man, I wonder when those trucks are going to be rolling through because it usually is during the show.
Garbage just came through right before I set up, so I'm sure recycling is going to be probably
Oh,
moving
okay.
in as soon as I start telling you something important.
Yeah, totally. You know what? I finally put the lights on my tree. I got the tree just shortly after Thanksgiving, and we just let it. We said we were letting the boughs kind of fall. We were actually just too lazy and too busy to put the lights on. The ornaments are next. I think I need company to come to make me get my house ready.
I think that's such a good incentive, right? Because like I do not scrub the way I scrub unless company is coming.
Oh yeah.
And actually, we finally put the lights up outside yesterday. So we had like done the tree over Thanksgiving, and then we finally got to the lights outside.
Yeah, I bought some lights for outside too. And I got some batteries for this garland thing that I've had for a while. I mean, slowly but surely, I'm decking the halls, kind of one day at a time.
Very, very controversial in my family. What type of lights do you use to decorate? Is it just like strictly like the white or the LED lights, or do you go like full blown color?
Well, okay, on the Christmas tree inside, we're doing a white we've got one strand of red, and then we've got a rogue strand that does the blink. And we're like, okay, we're like, it's kind of whatever still works. I did step on one of the light bulbs last night in trying to get everything, but the whole strand worked. But then on the little garland outside that has the pre-lit, I am going to let it go from white to color. I'm going to let it switch. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just feeling a little fancy. It has the technology to do so. So I'm like, okay, we'll try this. Usually whatever I can get to work. Technology is not my friend.
Right.
So whatever works. If I just put it on, I could barely get the timer to work. I need help in that whole department. So,
I,
yeah.
I totally get it. Growing up, my mom was an interior designer, so she only wanted just like the white lights, and then we would flock our Christmas tree because we were in the desert. So she
Yeah.
wanted it to look like it had snowed in the middle of the Mojave Desert, and we, of course, being kids, we were like, Mom, like, why can't we have colored lights on like everything? And she's like, No, no, it's got to be designed, it's got to be beautiful. And what's funny is that, like, when we finally got our place, and when Tom and I went to get decorations,
Yeah.
guess what? I got all the white lights. I'm like,
Yeah, the white lights are good.
It's come full circle. I'm
Hey,
becoming my mother.
oh, Ashley, I just saw that little truck thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so I hear that's the new thing they're doing. Instead of having like every single delivery truck come through town, it has a central drop-off location, and then that little truck like brings things to places.
Well, that one was full of beer kegs. So whoever's getting that ship is gonna have a real good time.
You know what? That's what the recycling. There's recycling the beer cans out, and they're bringing more in.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay.
But yeah, he's speedy. That one.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
that makes a lot
And
of sense.
quiet. It's quieter. Those little
Yeah.
vehicles. There's one
Oh yeah.
behind you. Okay, look it. There's another one.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna peep. I'm gonna see
How
what.
many
Let's
are
see.
there? Is it the same one? Okay.
Oh, that one has 3 more kegs. Six. This one has like an additional 3 kegs. So
Okay, we've got
I
our
don't know. I don't know who's.
priorities.
Yeah, I feel like I should follow him and see who's planning
Totally.
the party.
Yeah,
Right?
totally. Go there. Okay, all right. Hey, we're gonna let you get warm. I feel bad. You're out there, and I'm just in here in a
You
heated
know what
studio.
though?
But
I'm loving it so much. I mean, everybody's making their way to the mountain, and
yeah.
yeah. I'll put
Hey,
on
that
some
guy's got his
sounds,
boots on. He's ready to go.
right?
He,
Like ready, like so ready. Like
yeah.
I feel like we still have some time before the mountain opens,
Yeah.
but
Yep, we do. We got an hour and 10 minutes. So, okay.
not
All
wasting
right.
any time.
No, not missing anything. Okay, all right, we're going to take it to a break. And when we come back, we'll give you more details on all sorts of things that are happening this weekend and beyond. We've got a ton of shows coming to the Vail Performing Arts Center at Beaver Creek for the holidays, and a lot of things going on with art in Vail with their big light displays. So stay tuned.
Bright Future Foundation empowers families and individuals affected by domestic violence and sexual assault through prevention, crisis intervention, advocacy, and long-term healing services. Join us in making futures bright for survivors in our community.
All right, we are back. We're going to let you know about some things going on over at Beaver Creek, our sister resort just to the west here. And bringing up the events calendar, we've got the Dallas String Quartet. They're doing their Electric Christmas, and this will be on Friday. And this is going to be a fun group. They get all festive, and they're going to get you in the holiday spirit. They're coming a little early to do something with the kids on Thursday morning. So that'll be fun for the kids to enjoy. So if you want to get tickets for that, they are available. We're selling tickets for adults 48, kids 25, or the family pack. It's a 4-pack for $100. So dress up, get on out there, and this is going to really kick off our Vail Performing Arts Center series, the holiday series. And then we also, kind of not really in the holiday realm, but we have Lacuna, and this is a new recording with Tom Hamilton and Holly Bowling. Tom is a guitarist and Holly is a pianist. And when they come together, they just improvise. They just play off each other. They don't even really talk about what they're going to play next. And this is going to be super cool. It'll be on December 18th, so Saturday at 7:30. And general admission tickets for this are just $28. So really cool. You could bring the family to this and have some fun. Now, A Christmas Carol is coming. Now, this will be on Monday, December 20th. Just a few tickets left, just limited availability for this. And I always love this story, and it's such a good story. It never gets old. It's always a good reminder of what the Christmas spirit is all about. And tickets for this, $75 for adults and then $48 for kids. And it's It's thoroughly entertaining, and it's going to be kind of a new twist on an old classic. So it's always fun to see how different groups change it up. And then I love this. This is great piano music, but not with just one piano. We have 5 pianos, 10 hands. It's the 5 Browns. They're coming back. They are a Valley favorite. And this is going to be on Tuesday, December 22nd. So we pretty much start to having things almost every single night or every other night up at the Valar. So there's probably something that your family will enjoy. Get your tickets now because it does sell out. It's about a 35 seat theater, the balcony, the main level, and reserved seating for the 5 Browns, 78. Kids are 28, and then they also have a family 4-pack for this one as well, and that's 180. So this is going to be just awesome to see this. I'm so excited the 5 Browns are coming back. So that's just a sampling of what is going on in advance of Christmas. And then after Christmas, they've got a ton going on. Holiday Shuffle, it's a rhythmic circus holiday shuffle. They've got Josh Turner, country music star, and then the Doo-Wop Project, the Holidays in Harmony, and so much more. So we got magic going on as well. So go to villarpac.org for more details if you want to get into the holiday spirit. And Ashley and I were just talking about our tree and what kind of lights we put on it. Do you still need to get a tree? Well, if you want to go on a little adventure, Emma Surovich, our very own producer here at the Vail Daily Live, had a chance to go get her own tree. She's going to let you know how right now.
Hey Vail Daily Live, Emma here. I am with longtime locals Jan and Jeff, also known as my parents, and we're out here today going to look for a Christmas tree. Let's go. So I am really blessed to have grown up here with these 2 wonderful mountain experts who are going to give you a couple tips. All right, so first stop, the National Forest Service, get a permit.
This is the map to tell you where to go cut down a tree.
What kind of tree can we not cut down?
You cannot cut down a blue spruce.
Why?
Because it's illegal.
So when we started out this morning, it was pretty chilly, so you want to dress in layers. I'm getting ready to take off my hat and neck gaiter because it's getting warm, but you also want to make sure you stay hydrated. Bring water with you, especially if you're coming from lower elevations, and bring some snacks with you. You also want to make sure you've got good eye protection, not only because our Colorado blue skies and the sun, but the elevation and the reflection off the snow. It's very important to have good eye protection. Always remember to pack in and pack out. Don't leave your garbage in the backcountry. Poop bags for your dog. There he is. Give me a gift. Keep a leash with you for your dog. You never know when you may run into wildlife. There's been a lot of moose around this way. Also, if you happen to be in wilderness area, they are required to be on a 6-foot leash.
Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, sponsoring more than just Vail Daily Live. Thanks, guys.
Let somebody else know who cares about you, where you're heading out, when you expect to be back. Also take some basic things like a whistle, some matches, and some basic things that if you do get stuck in the backcountry, food, water, you at least have something that will keep you a little more comfortable until you get rescued. So, but just don't be that person.
Keep in mind when you're dressing, watch the weather report from Vail Daily Live. If it looks like there's a storm coming in, be aware of the timing and bring appropriate clothing.
All right, we think we found a tree. Mom?
What you want to look for is a clump of trees that need to be thinned out in order for those that are left to be healthy. Think in the best interest of the forest instead of what's most convenient for you. If you find a tree that's standing alone in the forest, you want to leave that to grow up to be a beautiful, sustainable part of the forest.
for tools. You can use a tree saw, or I prefer the hand chainsaw. When you make this chainsaw noises, it goes faster. Feels like you're getting more accomplished.
Okay, the best way to get a newly felled Christmas tree out of the forest is with a tarp. Successful tree hunt, Dad?
I think so.
What do you think, Mom?
Always beautiful being out in Colorado.
Thanks for joining us, Vail Daily Live.
All right, I love that. And if you've never had a chance to do this, it is a really cool experience. Make sure your vehicle can handle getting a tree, especially if it's a little larger. Make sure you bring some twine or some rope to tie it to the top, and make sure it's secure once you leave that spot, leave the parking spot. But yeah, so try it. Stop by the U.S. Forest Service. There's a station just right near Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. On your way to Minturn, you'll find it on the right-hand side near the parking to Meadow Mountain. So that's a look at how to get a Christmas tree. Do you need some gifts under that tree? I've got the idea for you. This is our lens of the day, and this is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail, the Art of Vision, and this is the Anon. And what's really cool about this is it has all sorts of magnetic technology. All right, so this built-in neck gaiter can easily be removed on the warm days. It's just a little magnet that fits right in the nose piece, but you're comfortable. It's they have little different fabric right here where your mouth is, so when you're breathing, it's a little bit easier, and you're not building up all that condensation, and you're not building up all that condensation in the lens either. And speaking of the lens, this is one of the lighter lenses. This comes with two lenses. So what's cool is magnet technology. You just pull that apart, and then it'll come with a light lens and a dark lens. So I just took out the light lens because our forecast is calling for sunshine, plenty of it. So this dark lens just goes on just like that. So it's so cool to interchange it from the variable green to the pink low light lens. So this is for the sunny days. This is for the flat light days. And I love this Perceive lens technology because it increases the contrast and definition of flat life and increases color definition. And there's an anti-fog coating on there as well. So if you're looking for the skier or snowboarder on your list, you can buy the Anon M2. It also comes in the women's version, pretty similar, just maybe a little bit smaller for a woman's face. But there you go. You can stop by Eyepieces. They've got 6 locations throughout the Vail Valley and 1 over in Snowmass. We'll be right back with more Vail Daily Live. Club One is a pivotal part of the Vail lifestyle, with spacious lockers to store all your gear in a ski-in, ski-out location. Club One is your mountain headquarters, stacked with club amenities and members-only perks. Club One, where the locals locker.
Look your best with fashions from the outlets at Silverthorne. Mountains of brands to suit your style with savings up to 70% off every day. Don't forget to pick up a VIP savings card from the Colorado Welcome Center for even more discounts. Become an Elite Rewards member and earn amazing gifts. Outlets at Silverthorne, located 30 minutes east of Vail, exit 205 on I-70.
Nap Harvest is your marketplace for locally produced products like seasonal organic produce, meats, eggs, dairy, breads, flowers, nap nectars, and more. It's the holidays, and Nap Harvest can help you with all the ingredients to make your holiday meals delicious. Or we have take and bake meals if you're in a rush. Nap Harvest has fabulous gift ideas for everyone on your gift list. Nap Harvest, your indoor farmers market, open 7 days a week in Eagle Ranch.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
All right, I want to give you your weather and mountain report right now. We're looking at the teens for the Vail area. We've got 19 in Vail, 11 in Edwards, 17 in Avon, but Eagle, a little bit of an inversion happening. Eagle is at 8 degrees. So I told you when I drove in this morning, it was like 6 on Highway 6. So we're seeing things slowly warm up, but we're going to have plenty of sunshine to do that. So it'll be chilly this morning, but then by this afternoon, we're going to be at upper 30s, low 40s. So it'll be a game changer for you right now. But yeah, we've got the high for today right around 43, and then we'll drop down into the 20s again overnight and clear overnight. And then for your Tuesday, we'll see right around the 40s again, and then we'll drop down into the 20s overnight. Here's a live look, looking down at the valley floor. You could see the West Vail roundabouts, I-70, eastbound, westbound, flowing quite well. That sun just kind of peeking up on the upper left-hand side of the screen, and snowmaking guns are going off this morning, still trying to make more snow while they have the cooler temperatures. So that's a quick look at today and tomorrow. But the next couple of days, this is what we're looking forward to. We hope to have that storm roll through into Tuesday night, Wednesday night is when we're going to see a good chance of showers. Now, we won't see that big storm that we had that dropped a foot of snow in a lot of the high country, but we will probably see 3 to 6 inches is what's being predicted right now. Hopefully, do your snow dance, and we'll have that coming our way. For mountains, we're going to bring in Ashley. Let's talk about the mountain conditions with Ashley out there. And Ashley, we did open some more lifts, some more terrain over on Vail Mountain. So now we have Northwoods available for you. And then Chair 14, which is sourdough. And that's a good beginner area. Well, not like beginner area like at Lion's Head and the Little Eagle lift for the very, very beginners. But if you were just getting your legs back, wanna get some practice, that is a good place to go.
Yeah, I mean, with almost 1,200 acres, that's pretty substantial expansion from opening day. So helping people to spread out on the mountain and just to be able to, explore and kind of get those things that you're looking for, right? There's a little bit more variety in the terrain that's available. And Trisha, I'm here at the base of Gondola One right now. And one of the things that they have out here, which I thought was really interesting, is, I mean, we're in the 2022 season. They're already talking about 2022, 2023. And so this is talking about the new Sundown Lift and Game Creek Bowl upgrade. So that's coming up next winter. They're going to have a new high-speed 4-person chair in the Sundown Bowl. And then they're also going to have a new Game Creek high-speed 6-person lift, which should increase that capacity by nearly 50%. So never settling around here, right?
Yeah.
Never settling.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. That's so exciting to hear about that too. I remember the one out of High Noon and next to High Noon and out of the Sun Up Bowl, but I forgot about the 6-pack going into Game Creek. And that's another thing. When you're in the line, make sure you know which one we're looking at. Whether you're in a 4-person, because Chair 3 is still a 4-person lift. Chair 4 is a 6-person lift, and sometimes you're like, oh, are we trying to get 6 people here or just 4 people? And try to group up before you get to the maze, right to the gate, because it expedites things. Like, be part of the solution, not like, we're like 3 and we only are filling the, like, we want full chairs, people. We're full chairs this year.
Thank goodness for lifties, right? Like they definitely, they do such a good job of like keeping things going, letting people know what's going on. And also one of the things that they do have signs out here for as well is that they are loading gondolas to full capacity. Yeah. So just be aware that they're going to be trying to get as many people on that gondola as possible. And masks are not required in the gondolas, but they are required if you're going to be going to the restrooms or into the restaurant. So like, for instance, I just ducked in to warm up for a sec and had to have that mask ready because I was using their heat on the way like into one of the restrooms. But they'll be opening things up this morning at 9 a.m. on the 18th. We officially switch over to 8:30 a.m. start times. So looking forward to that. Just a little bit more time available on the mountain. But right now, though, things are looking pretty good. Quiet start to a Monday.
Well, and you know what? One more thing about the mask thing and everything. So for the dining areas of Eagles Nest, Midvale, Two Elk, and Wildwood, reservations are needed, just like they were last year, but also a proof of vaccination are required to dine at those places. So, you know, keep that in mind that you'll need to scan the barcode to get the reservations. You can go on Epic Mix, that app, and do that time to dine, and then you can get your reservation there. And then you'll show the proof of vaccination probably when you walk in, I'm guessing, and maybe just have that on your phone. So, a couple things to note. So those are the 4 restaurants on Vail. So it's Eagles Nest out of Lion's Head, Midvale out of Vail Village, and then Two Elk, which is our easternmost large and very beautiful restaurant, and then Wildwood, top of tier 3 and 7, and whatever number that new lift is that you were talking about out of the back bowls. So that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. They don't specify what the number is going to be, but it's going to be heading out of there.
Yeah.
Out of the sundown
Well,
lift.
and speaking of new lifts, new runs this season, McCoy over at Beaver Creek, that I can't wait for that to open up. So that's that area that if you're at Mamie's Deck and Mamie's Grill out of the top of Batcher Gulch, you've seen it for years. And the Nordic Center and the Nordic trails have been up there for many, many years, a couple decades. And then now they're going to add some alpine skiing and snowboarding there with 2 lifts, I think like 16 runs or something. But that should be
Yeah, all
super
this
fun.
nice glade skiing.
Yeah.
It should be a really good spot, I think, especially for families. You know, a lot of times when you have beginners in your family or you have those little ones, you tend to end up staying a little bit closer to the bottom portion of the mountain. And that's something that I think is really cool about Beaver Creek is they have, you know, some areas up high where you still get to have those views. You get to really experience that mountain, like that true mountain experience with your family and know that it's not going to be like a super, you know, high speed, you know, double diamond area. So I think that that's something that's really special, especially if you know if you're looking to get those like great holiday shots, right?
Yeah.
To send out on those holiday cards. You know, they have some really beautiful areas up there, and you know I love that like even that area over by Mamie's. Like Mamie has some cool history. Like she was one of those people who was like keeping tabs on all those bachelors over in Bachelor Gulch. She was like one
I
of the
know.
ladies that lived in that area.
Yeah, those bachelors were a rough bunch. They were interesting characters for sure.
Apparently, what about like this is what I think is amazing, right? Like we have, you know, the Ritz over in Bachelor's Gulch in that area now. But you know, one of the people that used to live there, like he lived with his chickens, and then like he had a dispute with his neighbor, and his neighbor just came in and shot through the door and like ended up shooting his hand. Like you know, like
It was the
I love
Wild
that
West.
so, yeah, it's so opulent now, but like Bachelor's Gulch back in the day was not exactly a swanky neighborhood.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, great stories coming out of there back in the day. But hey, you know what? I know that it's a little chilly out. You got your Skea jacket on. I know that Charlie and Meredith had a chance to check in with Diane Boyer, who is her parents basically started Skea. She took it over, but we're gonna check in now with Meredith. She had a chance to talk to Diane
in the morning.
I know, but you know what? There's a first time for everything.
Absolutely.
So look at this outfit right here. So this is Skea, and Diane is the founder of Skea. And this is founded here in Vail.
Absolutely.
For
it's so
women,
fun.
by women. Walk us through, just tell us a little bit about Skea.
So Skea, as you say, it's a women's brand.
Mm-hmm.
We are passionate about the mountains and the outdoors and the healthy lifestyle. We actually also say that if health is the new wealth, then we in the mountains must be the wealthiest people in the world because we have all of this beauty right in our backyards. And at Skea, we really appreciate that, and we give ladies and women clothes that they can wear that look beautiful but also function well.
I love that. If you had 3 words you could describe the aesthetic of the brand, what would you say?
Follow your passion. It's
I
a
love
passionate
that.
brand. We're passionate about what we do. We love skiing. We love snowboarding. We love hiking and biking. And we make now golf clothes. We make clothes for pickleball. We make so winter, and now we've branched out into summer and activewear as well.
That's wonderful. And you can see her hat. It's got the follow
your passion.
Follow your passion. And you've got some accessories. I mean, we can obviously see the bold pant with the matching top and the fur. So walk us through your outfit and the different accessories
So
you
today
have.
I've got on a Skea Buffy gaiter, which of course the last 2 years with the COVID has been crazy. It's made of a soft wicking material, super stretchy, and in this case it's the same print as my pants, and we have solids and prints. It's super soft. And I also have on a base layer full zip piece that coordinates, and it has pockets in the front and back and sides. It's great for cycling or hiking or just around town. We do leggings, and we do, as I say, we do skirts for golf and tennis and pickleball and hiking. And Bermuda shorts, capris, just
my gosh.
sleeveless tops, everything you can think of. And all of our turtlenecks have a nice thummy cuff at the bottom, as well as, of course, our jackets. So it's fun, you know, it's activewear and ski wear that really works well.
I love that. And we can trust you because you've lived this lifestyle. And so you just have the little ins and outs. Like, walk us through on, so you can take off the fur, correct?
Yeah, well, for the real fur, which is for fun, but it also keeps you warm. And then the faux fur inside the collar, soft and cuddly against your chin, but it also protects the jacket from makeup. Now, the jacket's washable, so it's fine, but it's easier just to take your collar off and wash it.
Yes.
Little things, you know, this is called a wind flap, so it's protecting the wind from going through the zipper. But we do it nicely with the print so that it really looks cute in the outfit. Then little other things. Every jacket, of course, has a powder skirt, which snaps, and then it sort of has elastic with gummy sort of sticky stuff that sticks down over your pants. Sorry, I'm speaking into my pocket. Lots of pockets. And, you know, women want to look pretty, but they need to stay warm and dry on Share 5 on a blizzard day, right? And they can then walk into a bar and have a nice glass of wine or something. But it's fun. It's fun to make clothes that you feel good in.
Yes. Well, you can tell that you pay special attention to detail.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you.
And you've nailed it. So congrats on the history of Skea and launching this.
And we're so proud to work with so many local retailers.
Where can we find you?
Happy Sports.
Okay.
Base Mountain Sports in Beaver Creek. Christie Sports in the Vail Valley. And it's people that make other people happy. And we all are friends. And we ski together and we play together. And that's what's important in life. It's not just the business. It's the relationships that we all have.
I love that. Well, follow your passions and learn more about Skea online, skealimited.com, or check their Instagram out, Skea Ltd.
It's not chestnuts roasting that bring the family together, it's you. And even though you can't make them exactly like Grandma's, you can still make it a night to remember. Save on a Samsung laundry pair from the Home Depot.
This is the planning effect. This is how it feels to know you have a wealth plan that covers everything that's important to you. This is what it's like to have a dedicated Fidelity advisor looking at your full financial picture, making sure you have the right balance of risk and reward, and helping you plan for future generations. This is the planning effect from Fidelity.
Oh, Roku! You want to stream? They stream big.
Did you catch the game last night?
Yeah!
Yes.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
All right, I want to give you some details on what's happening with the weather. We're slowly warming up. The sun is getting a little bit higher in the sky. We're approaching our shortest day of the year. The winter solstice is coming up, and that's when our daylight hours are the shortest that we'll see all year. So that we have something to look forward to. After that happens, our days will start getting a little longer. But as the sun gets a little higher in the sky, we'll go from the 20s that we're in right now in some parts of the valley. Down Valley, Eagle was still in the single digits about 20 minutes ago, but we're 20 right now in Vail. We'll see a high into the low 40s. Overnight lows dropping down into the low to mid 20s. And then tomorrow we'll see pretty similar sunny skies, highs in the 40s, and then overnight lows into the 20s. And this is still below freezing overnight, so that's good for the snowmaking efforts going on at Vail and Beaver Creek Mountains. And then for the next couple of days, here's what we're looking forward to. On Wednesday, we have a chance of some snow showers and some blowing snow, some winds associated with this, so breezy with this. So we could see a problem out on the roadways. So do plan for that. And we could maybe see 3 to 6 inches out of this. As of right now, it's hard to tell with the different weather models, but this is what they're calling for at this moment. It won't be as big of a storm that we saw last week, but at this point, every inch helps, and we'll take it when we can get it. And that cloud cover will stick with us kind of through the next couple of days. For the end of the week. So sunny Monday and Tuesday, and then we start to see the cloud roll in for that storm on Wednesday. Here's a live shot looking at Lion's Head right now. You can see the lifts are closed until 9 o'clock. They were open a little bit earlier to get the employees up to where they needed to go, but now they're closed until they're open to the public at 9 a.m. We've got Chair 8, that's the one on the left, Born Free Express, and then gondola number 19, the Eagle Bond gondola, going up into Eagle's Nest. And then up there, that's where we have a beginner's lift, Chair 15, and a magic carpet. But there is some access on portions of ledges and Columbine that gets you over to Chair 2, the Avanti Express. And then from Avanti, you can take some runs that'll bring you to Midvale. And then now we have 11, which is Northwoods Express, and Chair 14, the Sourdough Express. Those are open for you as well. I think the last count, 1,200 acres open up on Vail Mountain. So slowly but surely, we're getting things open. If you do see ropes, do not cut the ropes. They are closed for a reason. It's just deemed not safe for ski patrol, per the ski patrol right now. So just follow the rules. Otherwise, you could lose your skiing and riding privileges, lose that pass for a while or even the whole season. And then over at Beaver Creek, we've got Chair 6 open for you. It's the chairlift gondola combination, Hay Meadow Express. I did hear a rumor that Cinch Express was open for you as well. That might mean the Upper Greens. I'm not quite sure, and I haven't been able to see on the website if that is open or not yet. But at least we've got Barrel Stave that had just opened for you. Fool's Gold just opened for you as well. So a little bit of more terrain open after this last storm. But let's bring it out to Ashley. She's standing out in it, in the elements. And what's it looking like? Looks like town's getting a little more busy. I still see your breath though.
Yes, according to my phone, it's 17 degrees. So it's been going between like 17 and 19. And you can see a little steam rising off the fountain here at the top of Bridge Street, but also behind me, Trisha. Remember how we saw the little carts running around with a bunch of kegs earlier? Yeah. Look at this. Right behind me, they're at Shakedown. That's where those kegs went. I found it.
Of course. You know what? I heard Shakedown, I think, was having the final Powabunga party last night, as if you needed any more. But you know what? I wonder if they're going to Bridge Street next, because Bridge Street is having comedy shows this week. On Wednesday, on Thursday, at 7 p.m. both nights. So, they better get the beer flowing over there, too.
I mean, right. Yeah, little personality juice. Look at how many people are making their way up the top of Bridge Street right now. They're like, hey, I'm going to commute. Good morning. So, we're starting to see things really come to life here. And, I tell you what, once the sun hits where we're standing, it's going to feel real good. But right now, it's definitely a little chilly. Good thing to be walking around to actually, get those limbs moving. get things warming up for sure.
Yeah, well, and you know what, Ashley? It's good that people are getting an early start, and I think since today is Monday, they will see less lift lines. You know, lift lines have been a hot topic, just because it's limited terrain. Mother Nature hasn't delivered as much natural snow as what we'd like, of course, but we just have to be patient. And thank goodness for technology to bring in all the machine-made snow for us.
Oh yeah, well, and that brings me to my next point. Excellent, excellent transition. So, you know, when it comes to technology, Trisha, like it's amazing what people have come up with, right? And especially when you live here in the Vail Valley, when you have friends coming to visit or family coming to visit, altitude can be quite the the adversary sometimes, right? And when it comes to creating a home that can be comfortable for your guests, for your family, and really just taking it to that next level, altitude control technologies is the place to go. And if you want to learn a little bit more about it, well, you're in the right place as well. So let's take a look together to see exactly how they can help just create an even more magical experience while you're here in the mountains.
A good night's sleep is important, but it's a little more difficult up at altitude in our beautiful Rocky Mountain towns. Here to tell us more about it, we have Gary Hansen, and he's with Altitude Control Technologies. You guys are actually based out of Edwards, Colorado, but we're at a beautiful home in Breckenridge learning about this technology. So let us know how we can get a better night's sleep with Altitude Control Technology.
Sure. First, I'll tell you what we do is called altitude simulation, which basically is adding oxygen to bedrooms to bring the altitude down so that you don't suffer from altitude sickness symptoms. We've been in business for over 20 years. We do work with Harvard Medical School, the Mayo Clinic, the United States Air Force Academy, the Navy,
Olympic centers around the world.
all around the world, professional athletic teams, and so we've been doing systems in the mountains for about 8 years or so, and we have hundreds of them.
Oh yeah, you know what? You think about Vail at what, 8,100 feet, Breckenridge 9,600. You know, some of these homes that are up on the mountains, up in Bachelor Gulch or Cordillera.
Sure.
You know, I can imagine the word is getting out about this, and people are wanting to have this technology in their home. How do we do it in the home? Like what goes on?
So what we do is we put our system somewhere other than the bedrooms. We only oxygenate bedrooms because that's when you need it the most when you're sleeping. And we put our system somewhere other than the bedroom, like a garage or a crawl space, and then we pipe the oxygen to the bedrooms. We don't want you to hear or see anything in these bedrooms, and hopefully we'll show you that. And so the system takes air in from outside, splits up the oxygen and the nitrogen. We send the nitrogen back out of the house and the oxygen to the bedrooms.
Okay.
And we increase the oxygen levels by about 30% to simulate an altitude that's close to sea level.
Okay, and then we just have something like a little panel where we can watch what's going on.
We do. We have a controller, and we're really the only company that has a controller with dual sensors, and the sensors monitor the oxygen saturation, the barometric pressure, and the CO2 in the room constantly, because you don't want to get too much oxygen in a room or you violate the National Fire Protection Code. But you want to make sure you're getting enough to actually get a physiological benefit from it.
Okay, what's the response been?
It's been very good. We have references from all around the world. We actually have systems in South America, China, Europe, but most of the ski towns and high mountain towns in the West, we have systems in all of them, and we have people that tell us all the time, I'm only able to stay here because of your system.
Yeah, definitely. And getting that good night's sleep, feeling good, attacking the mountain, going skiing or hiking or biking the next day is very important. Okay, if we want to learn more, what's the best source? Do you guys have a website for us?
We do. It's www.act-o2.com.
Okay, if you want to learn more, give them a call.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry, hurry!
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
See and be seen with the eyepieces of Vail. View our curated collection of the best eyewear from around the world. Find your favorite brands and be introduced to new lines of eyeglasses, sunglasses, and goggles. See in style with prescription services done in-house at Eyepieces of Vail. Schedule time with one of our optometrists or get a comprehensive digital eye exam. Our on-site laboratory allows you to get your prescription done quickly so you can get back out there. Eyepieces of Vail, the art of vision.
Treat your dog to delicious, nutritious dog food. Specialty items and high-quality gear for dogs who love to get outside and play. Do-it-yourself dog washing and grooming services now available. Mountain Canine, the dog-friendliest shop in the Vail Valley.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
All right, temperatures right around 20 degrees in Vail, but we're still looking at single digit, well, finally a double digit in Eagles. So a little bit of an inversion going on as we have these clear skies and then the sun rising up a little bit warmer in the higher elevations right now. But here's a look at your weather for today. We're going to see plenty of sunshine again, very similar to yesterday. So once that sun gets higher in the sky, we'll have highs in the 40s for today, the low 40s, and then overnight we'll drop back down to the 20s. And then similar temperatures and conditions for tomorrow. Bright blue skies, plenty of sunshine for your Tuesday. So good days to get around town, do the driving. Keep in mind, though, any of those little shaded areas on some of the state highways, the interstates, they can still have a little bit of ice on them. A lot of it melts during the day and then refreezes overnight. So just be careful out there. And then that storm that we've been thinking about and praying for is coming middle of the week. And maybe just 3 to 6 inches. It won't be as big of a storm as what we saw last week, towards the end of last week. But we'll take whatever we can get. So that'll be Wednesday into Thursday. And then we'll have that cloud cover kind of continue with us through the second half of the work week. So that's a quick look at the weather. Mountain conditions, no new snow report in the last 24 hours, but no more terrain opened over the weekend. We did open up the Northwoods lift as well as the Sourdough lift on the eastern edge of Vail Mountain. And that's good news, just to get some more people spread out, different lifts. Tier 3 opened late last week as well. That's the Wildwood Express. So from Midvale, you have Tier 4, Mountaintop Express, and then Wildwood right there. So what I always do is look at the lift lines, and whichever one is less is the one that I head to. I'm a line avoider. That's my strategy out there. Beaver Creek, we opened up Barrel Stave. We opened up Fool's Gold. So a few more runs over at the Beav as well. So it's a good idea to just check with the grooming report at the beginning of the day. It'll kind of give you the idea of what's open and what's been groomed in case you want to select your runs based on that. 9 a.m. is when both lifts open, both mountains open. Beaver Creek will remain 9 to 4 all throughout the season, but coming up later on this week, on Saturday the 18th, we will start opening up Vail Mountain at 8:30. So it'll be open right now. But let's check in with Ashley. She's standing by. And Ashley, did you finally go inside? Oh, you've stayed outside this entire time. I thought you'd go to a coffee shop.
You know what? I did actually stop into Gorsuch Ski Cafe just to do a little walkthrough, a little shopping, and then this is the first fire pit that I have found all lit up, and it's right next to Gore Creek. And I mean, what a great place to come and grab your coffee and just have a little moment to yourself before you start off the day. But man, yeah, there's nothing like a little fire, especially when it's 17 degrees outside.
Oh yeah, totally. Fire does a lot. That heat can really change things up. And I love that area right down by Gore Creek. And I think they're going to be doing more lanterns this winter. The lantern installations that the art in public places. I think this weekend is when they'll start bringing out the lanterns, and then they'll be on display for quite a while.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, Trisha, I'm sure you know this, but we are so insanely lucky with the amount of public art that we have here in the mountains. And that was one of the first things that I noticed when I moved to town, was that, it's not just like a few installations here and there. It is everywhere, and
Yeah.
especially, if you know where to look for it. And this is something that there's crews of people that have worked tirelessly on bringing this into Vail and making this something that's just part of our daily life, which I have to say a big thank you, to all of the people that have made this happen. But I'm excited to learn a little bit more about the lanterns, and some of the sculptures out here are so cool.
Yeah.
And even just look at this, like the ski racks. Look at, I mean, just the attention to detail that you're going to find in these things. Oh, elevation 8,100 feet, and there's the Vail, the Vail sign. But I mean, it's just walking around this place. I tell you what, I'm just so grateful that this is my job.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
getting paid to do this right now.
Totally. Totally. Okay, well, hey, you know what? We're gonna let you warm up for real. We'll let you get back in your car, come back to the office here.
Okay. But let me leave you with this one last
Okay.
shot of Gore Creek. And I mean, look at the
Oh,
pillows on the rocks, Trisha. I mean, top stunning, right? Like
I
this is
love
our,
that.
how
I love
lucky are
it.
we?
Okay, awesome. Ashley, thanks so much. Thanks for this beautiful shop. Hey, thanks everyone for watching. I know Rodney Travis at the day off, he was saying he was watching us. And then was it Todd, Rachel, that said hello? Yeah, Todd D. Graffin Reed. Good morning, VDL. All right, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this morning. And we'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. And don't forget, we are now on Outside Television, Channel 17 on Comcast in the Vail Valley. We'll see you then.